Hola mis amores, hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. But if you're new here, hi, I'm Velvet Cat, a fashion illustrator and instructor in Los Angeles, sharing my knowledge and inspiration with videos about art, entrepreneurship, and with my newfound passion for tarot. Also pick a card collective readings like this one, and spiritual content to provide you with answers to any questions you might be experiencing in your life, advice messages from the angels that are watching over us, motivation to follow your dreams, and all around empower you in love, career, health, mind, and soul. Today's video is for those of you out there that are entrepreneurs, whether that be by starting your own business or through freelance or even starting your own YouTube channel. Basically anything where you are making your own money and you get to decide how much you make. So this is the first of many upcoming seasonal readings so that you can find out what you can expect each season, with this one being for spring. And then also share with you any advice that I can provide through my own experience as well. If you're new to tarot, I'd first like to start by saying that it is not what you think it is. Or if you don't know anything about it, well, I'll just explain a little bit right now. What I've learned in my 1-year journey of doing tarot, after myself being a skeptic, is that it is simply just a tool by which some of us that choose to awaken our spiritual gifts can actually confirm your intuition, that inner knowingness, that gut feeling you might already have about certain things that are occurring in your life. Or for us to guide lost souls towards their own happiness. Personally, I am connected to God, and so I am using this gift and this tool because I believe that the more people are happy, the more that kindness, love, and happiness can spread. Since wars and toxic drama are fed by insecurities, fears, separation of self and others, and destructive cycles that have been engraved in us in the world for centuries. Each new generation changes the world with awareness, knowledge, and action to bring us all together. And there are many ways in which we can contribute. For me, that is one of them being tarot. So how do tarot pick a card videos go? Well, in a little moment, I'm going to be showing you some options for which you will take a moment to choose intuitively with what you're feeling, so that then you can fast forward the video to that respective message that I've provided a timestamp for in the description and pinned comment section of this video, so that you don't have to watch the entire video. You can just listen to a message that is most tailored to your current life. Since this is a general reading divided into just a small group of options, not everything will resonate. Just take what feels right for you and leave the rest for someone else. But if within the very first minute it doesn't feel like you at all, then you could have picked the wrong pile. You can go back and pick a different group. And by the way, sometimes the angels and guides that I ask for answers don't always like to provide everything, because they want you to take charge of your own life's choices and to trust in your own divine protector, whichever that may be based on your belief system, spirituality, religion. So you ready to pick a pile? All right, so these are the options you can choose from for your spring season in your business and what you can expect, along with certain tips, advice that I can share for you. We've got option 1 with this green stone, option 2 with this black sharp looking stone and some clear spots, option 3 with this kind of rosy but also like warm toned stone here, and option 4 with this white stone. You can even pause the video if you need to take a moment to decide intuitively with what you're feeling, and once you have decided, then you can fast forward the video to that respective message. Hey there, group 1, this message is for you if you chose this green stone, and now we're going to look into your business. whether you're a freelancer or business owner, any type of self-employed entrepreneur. We're going to see what you can expect in this spring season with your plans and get you some advice. So to start things off, I am using the Angel Wisdom Tarot deck to get an idea of where you're at in your business so that you can receive confirmation about whether this is the right message for you and you pick the right stone. Let's see what we have for you. All right, so you got here the Page of Swords, which says this person, this character, this energy is logical, perceptive, insightful, blunt, and exciting intellectual. They're experiencing an exciting intellectual challenge. They have brilliant insights, and they find information that they need but might be challenging to receive. You're also advised to review all documents very carefully. And along with that, you got the Page of Pentacles reversed. Interesting. So this one says this energy is a scholarly, cheerful, dependable energy, dependable person. They are at a time of work with excellent opportunities present. And lots of happy news, career, promotion, scholarships, and anything like that. And so because it's reversed, along with this one, both of these are pages. I feel like you're kind of starting in the entrepreneurial journey. Like I always take the pages as the babies of the courts. Courts meaning kings, queens, knights, and pages. And so you seem to have your wits about you. You have your analytical mind. You have knowledge to share. And you are excited with tons of ideas. That's what I get from this one. But perhaps because of having this one reversed, I feel like there are some things you don't understand and maybe you're a little impatient about them. So actually, you could be completely new to entrepreneurship, or you could be trying something new with your business. Like maybe you've tried something before, it didn't work out. You tried something else, it also didn't work out, and you're trying something else now again. So because of how we have here reviewing all documents, that's like a process you seem to be going through, and perhaps it's kind of a block for you because you don't understand that information. You're able to learn quickly, but when you're impatient at something, you just don't want to give it your time. And that's what I'm kind of getting here with this. Like, you don't want to learn about it. And that is kind of a different mindset of what I actually like to advise throughout readings, not just for entrepreneurs, but for anything, is that we want to have the mindset of being able to figure it out. Because if you already come into this with telling yourself, you're not smart, or you're not creative enough, or something that you're not, then that is a block towards success. And it's gonna keep testing you until you learn from it. So this seems to be a message for those of you that are, like I said, you're either starting new completely in entrepreneurship or trying a new idea, a new business idea, after so many tries, which is actually really great. Keep on trying no matter what. Keep on getting up after every fall. And now we're going to see your spring quarter and what you can expect in this endeavor. So let's see what we have for you. All right, so I separated spring into 3 parts, beginning, middle, and end, which I think is like March, April, May. And so for the beginning of your spring reading, we got 2 of Swords with 10 of Wands here. And those are clarified by the Ace of Swords reversed with Knight of Wands, also reversed. And these 4 cards actually confirm what I've been saying here. They even add on to that. They are repeating the messages of rushing through things, rushing through decisions, not having all the facts, being impatient. That's what the Knight of Wands is when it's reversed. Because Swords cards, if I had seen the Knight of Swords, I would have definitely seen that impulsiveness. So in a sense, you're not being impulsive, but you are rushing through things, because then we've got the Knight of Wands reversed, and the Knight of Wands usually when it is right side up is like such a passionate, wise knight. And now that it's reversed, I'm getting that sense of verging on impulsiveness because of your impatience. And this could be due to how things may not be happening the way you expected, which does tend to happen with all entrepreneurs, unless you have $1 million that you can just hire people to do all the work for you. If you're doing it all yourself, most often we are surprised by how it's not what we envisioned it to be, right? We think like, oh, we just create the website, we put it up, we create the Instagram, I don't know, whatever. You put your products and you're going to get sales. That's not the reality. The reality is it does take time and effort. It does take knowledge and information, or hiring those that have it. And it does take marketing as well. So I kind of feel here with the Two of Swords how she's being blinded, that perhaps neglect of information and facts is actually kind of a burden on you. It's what I was saying, it's holding you back. Because now kind of here, instead of collecting swords, which are the element of knowledge and information, you are collecting sticks, which tend to be kind of hollow inside, and then they can rot over time. So I'm also sensing here with these being reversed that perhaps with this, how you're choosing to not get all the information you need, not do the research, not be informed, and perhaps hold on to if any negative thoughts about creativity or intelligence. If you're choosing to stay blind, then that's what could cause the difficulty in executing your ideas, the difficulty in communicating your ideas, and then conflicting with any decisions you need to make, overthinking those decisions, and stumbling on obstacles in your way. Then towards the middle of your spring reading, we have here Three of Cups reversed, clarified by the Tower and Justice also reversed. And so what I see from this could be a few different things. One could be that perhaps you're not surrounded by the right type of people, whether this be like family, friends that maybe they like give you doubts because they doubt themselves, or whether it be your team or the people you work with that perhaps are also not as knowledgeable. So if no one knows anything, then that's like going nowhere fast. And then these two with the Three of Cups here could also be a couple different things. One could be that you don't have work-life balance. And so because of this, overworking and just forgetting anything else besides work and not taking care of yourself, you're prolonging a possible crash, for one. Or the other part is that you're prolonging the crash in your business, like by not informing yourself and not surrounding yourself with the right people, and not pushing your comfort zone to do things a little differently. In business, whatever happens, there's no right or wrong. Yes, things don't happen according to plan, and we consider those wrong, but I don't think there is right or wrong, because what is important is, what did you learn from that? Are you asking yourself those important questions as things happen? I feel like you might not want to hear this, But it looks like you do need to put in a lot more work into this for it to succeed. And also, if it's in your ability, you need to start working with the right people. So get to your networking to find those to partner with, to collab with, or if you have the money to invest, then get those assistants. And lastly, because the Justice card is one of contracts and legal matters, and we have it reversed with the Tower reversed, I kind of feel like perhaps there was something that had been going on for like the past few months or past couple years, I don't know however long it was for you, that it did involve legal matters and contracts. And so you're finally putting that to a close, it looks like. Which is great to think smartly in that sense and not allow this to drain your energy so you can move forward. Because then we end here the spring with the Judgment card. Such a great card. And clarified by 9 of Wands and the High Priestess. These are your cards. So for the end of spring, you could be finally assessing everything you've been putting together for this new venture and being ready to launch. That's what this could be. It could also be about receiving a call or an email, receiving an answer of some type of opportunity. And with how we have these as clarifiers, I kind of feel like with this decision or opportunity or call, whatever this is, that happens by the end of spring, if you doubt it, you need to listen to that. You need to listen to your gut. You know what is right. You need to trust in your wisdom, especially if this is something that perhaps feels like it's the answer to everything and it's so good to be true, like that it's going to save you from this financial stress and it's going to completely change your life. You need to be clear about that. Know everything you can about this. Know all the details. Once again, be careful with contracts. Don't just rush into this one. You've been rushing so far, but this is important here. These are about not giving up and not rushing to stay strong and stand your ground to make the best decision for you. And I've already been giving some kind of advice here with all of this, but I do want to finish up with additional oracle messages here to complete your reading. Let's see, what is the advice for you? Specific advice for how you can succeed throughout all of this. All right, so you got here the Round and Round card and the Happy Happy card reversed. See, the Round and Round one, I feel like it's emphasizing what I've been saying about not repeating the same patterns, breaking that cycle of jumping into things, of not educating yourself. This Happy Happy card, how it has this girl on an egg. This one, I usually take it as something of patience and nurturing this idea, this venture. Patience and nurturing yourself as well is what will attract abundance and joy. But because it's reversed, that could be reflecting on perhaps if you're jumping from idea to idea before you will allow them to succeed. You need to pay mind to that. That's the type of cycle you need to break. You need to complete something thoroughly and be mindful of your choices and what things are working out and pick out the ones that are not. This could also be for some of you, if perhaps you feel like you're not happy in life, you're not happy with your venture, you're not happy with your career, whatever it is. You need to flip that right side up. You need to be grateful because I do sense that you can achieve so much and you possibly have. So if you say you're not happy with what you have, then you're repelling being able to have more of it. But if, for example, you tell yourself, I'm happy, I'm grateful for this opportunity, happy, grateful that I can invest in my business idea, happy and grateful to have this money, to have this food, this home, to have these ideas, more of those will come your way. And that's the reading I got for you. If it resonated, comment down below that you chose this pile and what you're excited or not excited about hearing. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Since I'm still a YouTuber, every like, subscribe, and comment counts to expose my channel to others that need a little encouragement in their lives. You could also turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss my videos every week. I'll see you in my next one. Hey there, group 2. So this reading is for you if you chose this black, interesting, kind of sheer stone. And now we're going to look into your spring quarter in entrepreneurship, however type of entrepreneur you are, whether you're freelance or you own a business. And starting with using the Angel Wisdom Tarot deck, I'm going to see where you're at so that you can know if this is the right pile for you. All right, let's see what we have. Okay, so we have here Queen of Pentacles, which says generous, practical, gracious, materialistic, the ability to make anything more beautiful, a love of family and home, being practical about how you proceed, a love of art and beauty, and a sensible approach, along with ego reversed. That's amazing. And this card here says also the illusion of being trapped, accept responsibility for your situation and then make choices that support your path to happiness, and addictions or unhealthy habits. So this one here, I think, let me check really quick what card it is in the book. Okay, interesting. So I had to search it up because I forgot what card this was. This is card number 15, and I also looked in the book and it didn't say, so I had to look it up online. And number 15 is the Devil card. So that makes sense as to why there is a chain here, because that one, and that's amazing that you have it reversed, because that is a card of breaking those chains, those negative habits, how it says here, the illusion of being trapped, any addictions. And what it also says here in the book about ego, it says, Archangel Michael comes to your rescue. With his sword of light, he frees you from limiting beliefs and destructive behaviors. Often the perception of entrapment is an illusion. A person can become so used to their situation that they can't see the possibilities for change or for getting free of unhappy circumstances. Your ego would have you stay where you are with thoughts of you're not good enough to make your dreams come true, and it's safer to just stay here. It could be worse out there. If you're unhappy, then it's a guarantee that the universe wants you to make changes and will do whatever it can to help. But the choice to make changes is entirely up to you. So I feel like because of how I said, like, this is amazing that you got this reversed and you got the Queen of Pentacles, it looks like you're overcoming some negativity, a lot of negativity in your life, and limiting beliefs, and you are feeling yourself like this queen. So because of that, you could be attracting abundance coming your way. And because it's the queen rather than the king, I feel like you're also a person that is not only doing this for for physical benefits, physical pleasures, financial pleasures, materials. you're not just doing this entrepreneurship for that, but you're also doing it for others or for animals or for children. I mean, there's a little bunny here. And this one, the Queen of Pentacles, is such a caring card. And also, even though it does say materialistic here, I take it more of like you care about your appearance, your presentation. You do like fancy things, but like I mentioned, you're also someone generous. And now that we've seen you're breaking those chains, let's see what you can expect from your spring quarter in your entrepreneurship journey. Wow, oh my goodness. Okay, so you got a ton of major arcana cards. Justice, Chariot, Magician. You got the Magician twice. You also got Judgment, Tower, Star, Strength. It keeps going. Oh my gosh. And I mean the Devil reversed as well. So there are definitely major changes that you are experiencing. And all right, so before I get ahead of myself, let's start here. Right? Okay, so first this is the spring quarter, which could mean March, April, May. And I divided it into spring beginning, spring middle, spring end. So with Justice here, clarified, let me show you the Justice card. And with Justice, we have clarification here. Four of Wands, Page of Wands, and Ace of Wands. And what I get from this is that during the beginning of the spring quarter in your entrepreneurship journey, you're most definitely starting some new ideas. And with how there's so much power in all of these cards, I don't think you're completely new with this. But you are starting something new here. Perhaps launching it as well. That could be why we have the Four of Wands celebrating this launch. And then that's why I think things move fast towards the middle of spring. Or this could be about hitting a new milestone that you're also celebrating. Signing a new contract that you're also celebrating. Since we have the Justice card here. Getting a new opportunity that will involve paperwork. And you are just getting your ideas out, getting that work going, it looks like, during the beginning of this spring. Perhaps even practicing balance of work life or learning about it because of how she's holding this scale. And then we also have the Four of Wands here, which I take as enjoyment of life. Since you could be gaining a new awareness of how it's not just about focusing on the business, doing everything right, gaining as much information as possible, but it's also about self-care to stay strong throughout all of this, to stay clear-headed as well. And because of how she has here, she's standing by this owl and her eyes are white, symbolizing that like awareness, higher wisdom. I do sense that perhaps you are the type of person that communicates with a higher source or trusts in the divine, whether that be like law of attraction, manifestation, or a type of spirituality, religion that you pray to. So you might be able to receive messages of guidance that are encouraging you, just like this, to keep going forward, that you're on the right path. And as I mentioned here, towards the middle of spring, things are moving fast because then we've got the Chariot, which is such an achiever, an accomplished winner, making major strides in their career, especially after finally possibly gaining control of balance of their life and balance of masculine and feminine energies, like having the courage to be a leader, having the courage to speak up, but also having that kind heart and that inner wisdom, that ability to listen to your gut and to be creative in making things happen. Since the Chariot here is clarified by strength and Three of Wands and then the Star reversed, it's interesting because I feel like you're going to be seeing throughout the middle of spring kind of like highs and lows, a bit of that, a bit of spikes and then kind of back down and then spikes and then back down. Because the Star is one of leveling up, but it's reversed. And then the Three of Wands here is the one of like reaching milestones. And then I also mentioned the Four of Wands here that it looks like you could be reaching out another milestone. So it looks like throughout spring, you're kind of like super happy and maybe you have some lows and then you have like new opportunities and then maybe it like slows down. So you need to stay strong throughout all of this. Keep on going. Be resilient, be stubborn, because those opportunities are going to flow in more and more, kind of like rain, how it trickles lightly and then it just gets powerful. That's how it's going to get with this infinity symbol here. It could also be preparing you to continue staying patient, because then towards the end of spring, we have here the Magician reversed, which could be, I don't want to scare you. It's not a good, like the fact, when it's right side up, it's amazing. But when it's reversed, it could mean different things. But we've got it here as well in clarifiers, right side up. So it's reversed and then it's right side up. And with that, I'm taking the same message that I said here about how things could be like going up and down. Because then we also have these clarifiers, the Tower and Judgment reversed. So this could mean that perhaps there's something you were looking forward to and it doesn't happen. Like you hear, you get a no, and that's disappointing. But you've got to stay in your Magician power. You've got to stay in your Queen of Pentacles power, as I mentioned, and keep going, because there's still other opportunities. Maybe this one wasn't the right one for you at this time, and it would have caused more stress rather than happiness. Or it could have been a distraction in your own goals, even if it looked like something of a gold opportunity. It could be, how I mentioned, an opportunity. It could also be a resource that perhaps you find out it's not working for you. It could be a connection, because that's what it is with the Magician. This is those networks, those resources, the information. And with it being reversed, that's why I take it as like something is going to come out clear that it's not right for you in your current journey. So this is what could be like a blessing in disguise, and you will be able to see through it. I feel like with the Magician here, such a spiritual card here, how he has a feather and the eye, and how I mentioned in the beginning with the Justice card that you seem to have a connection with the divine, a strong inner wisdom. That is why you'll be able to pull through this and not let it phase you, especially with that realization of how this was like a crack in the system. We don't want those cracks, right? So for advice, I'm going to get you some oracle messages here to complete your reading. And let's see what we have for you. All right, so the cards were being a little stubborn. It's kind of like maybe your guides don't want you to know everything still, if they've been like that in the past. And so here, yeah, see, look at, we got by the book, card number 11, which is one of an angel number of light workers and the life path of light workers. Then we also have deep knowing with this infinity symbol once again. And then we have the to the sea card. So yeah, the advice here is saying to keep listening to your guides, keep listening to your inner wisdom, keep going forward. You are meant to be a leader, not a follower. even though this does say by the book here. I don't think this is by the book as in you following others and following the crowd, but I feel like actually this is you, the big elephant here. Although perhaps there are certain things you do need to follow by the book, whether those are contracts or certain steps that you need to take in your business. If I feel like you do need to gain a little bit more information about that so that you can follow it legally and follow it wisely. You do know a lot of things, but you still want to be like safe, be prepared, right? Be above the rest. And with the C card, it's about continuing to go with the flow of the divine, continuing to have that patience because yes, it is coming. That success you've envisioned, your dream life, your goals, they are on their way. And that's everything I got for you. If it resonated, comment down below that you chose this pile and what you're excited or not excited about hearing. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment since every engagement counts to expose my channel to others that need a little encouragement in their lives. You can also turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss my videos every week. I'll see you on the next one. Hey there, group 3. So this reading is for you if you chose this rosy with creamy looking stone. And we're going to look into what you can expect in your entrepreneurship journey, whatever type of entrepreneur you are, whether you have a business or you're freelance, and what you can expect in your spring quarter. Starting with, we're going to use the Angel Wisdom Tarot deck to get an idea of where you are in your journey, so that you can know if you picked the right pile. Whoa. Okay, so you got the most cards compared to the other piles. We have here 7 of Swords reversed. That is really good. We also have the Ace of Wands, amazing. And right here it says an amazing opportunity. Be bold and courageous and optimistic. Now is the time to take action and do what you're passionate about. You also got the 6 of Swords reversed. And you got the Knight of Wands reversed. Interesting. Okay. So I kind of take it here that you possibly had been waiting for an opportunity, like a collaboration, or for like if you're writing a book or writing a song or something like that, and you wanted it to be you wanted an agent to like approve it, to put the call out to publish or something like that. I don't know what the terms are. So whatever it is that you wanted to launch, you will get those news. The news will come out, or you are launching it during this springtime. And with how we have the Knight of Wands reversed, I feel like perhaps you're not the one that's going to be put out there, thrown out there basically to the sharks. This is why I feel like it's in more of an agent kind of thing, or like a higher management of some kind that is actually dealing with all of this, and you get to stay put and kind of receive the benefits pretty much. Like you already created this, you spent the time to create this idea, to create this work, and now you've put it out there and you're going to be receiving, or you're expecting to be receiving news, to be receiving fans, to be receiving income from this. So perhaps this could be passive income as well if it's not you as the brand. Or this could be like if you have a team that you paid to manage this thing for you. And so now let's look into what you can expect this spring quarter, because I kind of got a message here as well for some of you, but I want to get clarification on that. So another message that I got here is that some of you launched, and like since this isn't the reading for spring This is the reading of what already happened, where you're at in your journey. It looks like you launched, you promoted whatever it was, you created this thing, and then it didn't return what you expected. That's another thing I get here. But let's look into your spring and what you can expect, along with some advice. All right, so for your spring here, in the beginning of spring, this is beginning, middle, and end, kind of like March, April, May. And so for the beginning of spring quarter, it looks, you have here 2 of Wands, along with this clarification of Temperance, the Emperor reversed, and the Sun reversed. So that is kind of clarifying what I said about things not happening the way you expected. And so you need to be patient. And it doesn't have to be like really bad where nothing happens. It could just be that income starts flowing in slowly. And so that is where the Temperance card comes in. It's one about being patient. Like here with the 2 of Wands, you're kind of like looking out to the world, expecting, excited. And how I mentioned with the Sun reversed, that one is like, I'm feeling a little bit disillusioned. and then with the Emperor reversed, perhaps you could be getting frustrated and lash out at people, which is not advised here. See, that is why the Temperance card is here. You want to stay like this butterfly. You don't want to turn into a tyrant. This could also be about continuing to put in the work, continuing to create, to give, to provide. Because I'm kind of getting the sense here of isolating yourself, but you want to be able to gain the fan base by putting yourself out there. And for the middle of, or at least that's what the advice here that I would suggest. Then for the middle of spring, we have 2 of Swords. This is the card, which is clarified by 6 of Swords, King of Pentacles reversed, and 10 of Wands reversed. And so 6 of Swords, now this is the same one here that we had gotten. It looks like this stagnation is moving. It's starting to move in the middle of spring. There are things that start happening. And so you start distressing. That's where the 10 of Wands reversed comes in. But because the King of Pentacles is reversed here, I kind of get it as, yes, you're going to be getting money, most definitely. But now you're starting to splurge it. That's what I get from this one. It's usually one where you kind of like maybe a bit on the bragging side, a bit on the materialistic side, kind of feeling like royalty here. Like this is giving me the image of a movie scene where there's royalty with their knights and their swords ready, or I don't know what they're called, the people that stand by the royalty with their swords to present a show. That's kind of what I'm feeling here from this. So you might be staying in this mode of celebration, enjoyment, rather than continuing to work and prioritize this new venture. Because of how the 2 of Swords here, she's kind of blind. She's blinded here, like with this bandage. So you kind of had to make a decision of what's important in life and how much further you want this to succeed. Because then towards the end of your spring reading, we have Queen of Wands with Queen of Swords reversed. And now that is taking me into the space of perhaps there might be some dilemmas with the people you're working with, perhaps your agent, your publishers, your management, like butting heads because of your choices, where maybe one is focused on the money, the profits, and then the other one is focused on the creativity. And for things to work out well, you need to kind of blend both. Not only be creative, but also be intelligent. Be a business owner. Because then for clarification, we have 8 of Pentacles and 9 of Pentacles reversed. And these are kind of like the celebrations coming to an end if things don't go according to plan, where perhaps you could break contracts or the management decides to take certain things away from you if you're not putting in the effort. The Eight of Pentacles is one of putting in the work, and it's reversed as well. So see, we have this work card reversed, and then we have this luxury card reversed. So it's kind of like, okay, so you're not doing that, then you're not receiving that either. And however much work you put in, that's however much money you can actually receive back. Some things to keep in mind. So now to complete your reading, let's see what advice we have for you with the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Okay, so you got co-create reversed. This is emphasizing that inability to partner, to work together with teams, to not listen. And then the All That Glitters card is emphasizing that attention to material things. So if you want things to keep shining, you are being brought to light here that you need to pay attention to how you work with people, how you will communicate. If you're listening, if you're exchanging great ideas, if you're putting in the work they're putting in as well. And this could also be ideas where maybe a decision here you have to make. For some of you that aren't materialistic, it could be that maybe you're stuck in a crossroads, like a creative block. If you receive, if you get that creative block happening in the middle of the spring break, and then your management, your agents are expecting you to create content, and that's like overwhelming you. And because you're not giving the new content, the new work, then they're like threatening you with taking away your profits, your income. Then maybe that could be some ideas that you could turn this right side up to who can you partner with? Or for some of you, perhaps you might need to take time alone to come up with these ideas. Spend some time like meditating in a way that works for you, in a way that clears your mind, and you go into kind of like a moment where you're just creating freely without stress, without expectations. So that could be one or the other way. Like I said, one is isolating, the other is partnering with others to bring up new ideas. So that's the reading I got for you. If it resonated, comment down below that you chose this pile and what you're excited or not excited about hearing. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, because every engagement shows my YouTube video for others that need a little encouragement in their lives. You could also turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss my videos every week. I'll see you in the next one. Hi there, group 4. So this reading is for you if you chose the white stone, and we're going to be looking at what you can expect in your entrepreneurship journey this spring with whatever experiences you have, whatever type of entrepreneur you are, whether it's like a freelancer or you have your own business, anything that it is. We're actually going to start with looking at where you currently are so that you in your journey using the Wisdom Tarot so that you can know if this is the right pile for you. All right, so we got 9 of Cups, such an abundant card, which says, wishes come true, your dreams becoming a reality, a magical time of life, good fortune, and faith in the universe that all will be well. Along with the 10 of Wands, which is really good. The 10 of Wands is one of burdens, working, like it says here, working too hard or too many hours, not having work-life balance, and lots of problems and stress. So because it's reversed, I feel like you are currently in a moment in time where you are feeling pretty blessed, doing really well, and like seeing your manifestations come to life. You must be like ahead of all the piles that I've read. You're the one that is most ahead, that is actually pretty accomplished, successful, established. You have a name for yourself. You have clients, a large portfolio. And so that is what I'm getting from you here. Perhaps you could have been stressing and now that is over. So let's see what you can expect in your spring. All right, so also another message I did get about these two cards. If you are not established in your business, this could also mean that perhaps you are pretty abundant in your career. And so because perhaps it could have been this type of career where like you weren't really doing it for the passion, you were doing it for the responsibility and the money, but you weren't satisfied, then you are releasing that to go for your dreams. That's another thing that I get here as well. And you have that ability because you have abundance, you have success, financial safety. And so here for spring, we have in the beginning, I divided these into 3 sections. So we have the beginning, middle, end, which could be March, April, May. And in the beginning of spring in your entrepreneurship journey, we have Ace of Wands. So that is clarifying what I was saying, like perhaps, you're leaving your job to pursue what you're truly passionate about. And for those of you that have been at this and you have your name, then this could mean that you're actually starting a new idea, an addition to what you already had. Because of how here he's collecting all of these cups, like perhaps you have multiple streams of income, and so now you're ready to add a new one. So here with the clarification, we have Knight of Wands, Page of Swords, and 8 of Wands. And with that, I do take that you're scheduling things down. This one, I always look at it like a calendar. And so you're figuring things out on how you can add this new thing into your time, perhaps even how to delegate, because of how we have the Knight next to the Page. Like you could be this Knight of Wands that is like the leader of your team. And then the pages are those that you are delegating to, that you are directing, communicating ideas, or like they could be communicating ideas to you on how to make this possible. And so there's a lot of action here, a lot of things happening, movement, a lot perhaps transportation, travel back and forth, so that you can expand your empire. And so for the middle of the spring, we have here Queen of Cups, such a beautiful card, with 5 of Cups reversed and the Lovers. That is really good. I would be concerned if the 5 of Wands was right side up the 5 of Cups, because the 5 of Cups is one of like kind of crying over spilled milk, paying attention to the cracks here, like in these teacups. There's a crack in this big one, and so you could be like, oh man, like why does it have to be like that? Now it's messed everything up. But because it's reversed, that is one of releasing those burdens. That is one of not looking at the dark side, not paying attention, like not focusing on what isn't working. Instead, you notice what's not working and you proceed forward to work with others to make things efficient, successful. You seem to be really great at working with others here because of the Lovers card, and then how this is kind of reflected on both of these decks. See, we have the little seahorses here, and then we also have the seahorses here as well. So you're not the type to let these issues, these cracks, get you down. You keep moving forward because you I feel here that you're someone pretty secure within yourself and your beliefs, in your ideas. And the reason also that you could be someone that works well with others is if, like the Queen of Cups energy here, you are someone that listens. Like you're not just someone that passes out the rules, passes out the work, and then doesn't listen. You just you're not like that type of leader. You're the type of leader that does exchange ideas, does want to listen to what can work. You care for everyone around you so that then they can bring their best into this project. Some of you could be working with your partner on this. Like if you are someone that is creative and they're the marketing savvy person, or if they are the one that knows how to do apps and then you're the one that knows how to get the network going, something like that. Or if one of you is the photographer and the other one is the set designer, and so you do events together, something like that. It could be that you're partnering, like you have your partner as in love, or you have your partner as in friend, or you just meet the right person to make this possible, to merge your talents. And for some of you, if you're single, then maybe you could also meet the person for your future through this new venture. There might be a romance there, which I kind of feel like because of how they have the seahorses on both of these cards, and then she kind of looks like a goddess. I feel like this could be a destined relationship, and so your relationship is blessed. If this were to bloom, this love blooms, it is blessed. And you'll be making great things together, even if it's not involved in business. Like maybe they're in their own businesses and you're in your own businesses and you become a power couple. And lastly, for the end of spring, we have 8 of Swords reversed and 7 of Pentacles reversed. Along with these clarifiers, Ace of Swords reversed and the Moon reversed. So these are very interesting here. Because, let me see, I'm going to try to explain the specifics and then you could take from there what resonates. So the 8 of Swords reversed is one of getting yourself unstuck, releasing any burdens, once again, figuring out your answers, releasing any stress. And the 7 of Pentacles reversed is one, traditionally when it's like this, it's one of putting in the work, but sometimes it can be meaning to overwork, but since it's reversed, it could be one of the things you're releasing. Maybe you're releasing one aspect of work for another, or you're digging into your profits or your income to then invest it into this new venture. Or it could be that, how I mentioned, some of you have the ability to delegate, and so you're not the one that's actually putting in the effort. Instead, you're passing it over to others. And then because of how I mentioned that you're someone caring, there is something here you do need to pay mind to, which is that you need to be careful with those around you and how you communicate. The Ace of Swords here is one of miscommunications. So yes, it's great to be a nurturing, kind leader, but you also need to remember to have the masculine energy of courage, of honest communication. If there's anyone you need to cut out, that's not working. You shouldn't feel like you owe them or like you'll ruin their life if you cut them out of this project, for example. They can find work elsewhere and they're not your responsibility. Maybe because of how the moon is reversed here, this one is also a card of secrets. And how I mentioned with this one being reversed and miscommunications, maybe there are certain people that they're not being truly honest, and it's something you need to watch out for, because kind people sometimes they can be taken advantage of, right? So you want to be prepared for that. It doesn't mean that you need to put up walls and have your laser eyes on everyone. No, that's not what I'm saying. But just keep an eye open, listen intensely to what people are saying, make sure you have your contracts. Don't just leave things up to word of mouth. And this could also be a message of doubting your potential to delegate. If this is kind of a struggle here that's happening where you want to leave the work up to others, like you want to be able to multitask different things efficiently, but maybe you doubt others' abilities or how it'll work out. The best thing to do here is to write everything down so that then you can communicate efficiently, and so that then everyone knows what is expected. And you could feel more secure about things being worked out in teams. But before I do close the reading, I want to look into the Wisdom of the Oracle deck here for some additional advice. Okay, so we got Yang. See, this is that energy I was talking about. Advice here to have courage, have the masculine energy, not just feminine. You are the leader and you can do it. And let me look at the other cards that actually flew away. Okay, so you also got Milk and Honey, No Place Like Home, and Serendipity reversed. And with the Milk and Honey, this is kind of a similar energy here of not only being kind to others, but also respecting that you are a kind person. And welcoming the ability to receive, welcoming kindness from others. There is that strong message of feminine and masculine energy, because without you, there wouldn't be this venture. So others need to respect you for being the leader, especially when you're someone with such a kind heart. And with these two, the No Place Like Home card and Serendipity reversed, I kind of feel like perhaps if at some point, especially during the end of spring, you kind of want to retreat, you kind of doubt yourself and like your leadership or how successful this is, to where you might want to isolate yourself and give up. Remember that you've accomplished so much already and you can accomplish so much more. No matter how recognized you have been in the past, they are still accomplishments. Even if you're not famous, they are still accomplishments. And all of this experience you've gained over time can be used for growth and more abundant future. You just need to learn to flow with it, to release this worry. That is what serendipity is about. It's like, I feel like you're holding yourself back. You could hold yourself back. And you need to turn this one right side up. To flow with things. To remember to trust in yourself. And perhaps even remember why you started this venture. Or remember what big dreams you have, perhaps. That is why this card is here as well. This one always makes me think of like a big dream. And then here with the Yang fire, it's like releasing that dream, having the ability to follow your passion. Let me just quickly read a couple messages about this card actually, and this one here from the book. So this one with the protection message about why it was reversed. It's mentioning that perhaps you thought things would be better and some things did not work out. Well, they are challenging you to keep going because they are leading you elsewhere better. That is the lesson here before you hit the jackpot. And then with this one, the No Place Like Home card, this one here is about holding your head up high and being authentic. It says here, when you act in an authentic way, you command the world to reflect back to you exactly what is in your highest good. Your business choices, the investments you make, and the creative projects you immerse yourself in are powerfully on point. Why? Because when you are fully yourself, radically accepting everything in your journey to date, both successes and failures, you will see the divinity in all things, and abundance is a natural progression when you experience this kind of authenticity. So also stand by your ideas. Don't let anyone bring you down, bring any ideas down. That is where also the Yang card is here. These are all cards confirming that you're in the right path. And that's the reading I got for you. If it resonated, comment down below that you chose this pile and what you're excited or not excited about hearing. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, since every engagement shows my video to others that need a little encouragement in their lives. You could also turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss my videos every week. I'll see you in the next one.